My boys, today we have something that I think all PvP players on Sparking Zero should definitely take a thorough look at, and we'll look at parts of it in this video right here just to show you guys exactly what this is. But essentially, this is a list of every single character within Sparking Zero and their stat values in terms of attack, defense, ki blast, health bars. It shows you the total attack, defense together, health bonus, and then overall stat value at the same time. So these characters essentially are ranked in a sense in terms of their stats, but it's definitely not like an end all be all in terms of how good a character is. A lot of things have to be taken into account: their moves, their abilities like after image strike, wild sense, sensu bean. For example, a character like Yajirobe, who a lot of people are using because the character is actually fairly annoying if you play him correctly and get those sensu beans off right. He's ranked all the way down here at 174 in terms of his stats. He literally has a negative 664 attack value, but again, the character can be very annoying if played correctly because of his sensu bean ability. So things like that definitely come into account, and you have to take into account when you think about an actual tier list. So this is by no means a tier list, but it's something where you can get a good understanding of stat values for characters, what you're actually working with these characters, and it gives you a actual numeric value as opposed to like the hexagon thing that you can look at for stats when you go to like character customize. So again, this is something that I think a lot of players, if not all players who do actually participate in PvP, should take a look at without a doubt. And I want to give a shout out to homies DBS Sparking News on Twitter along with Katasaki YT. Both of their Twitters will be linked down below in the description. I got this information from Sparking News, and Katasaki is actually one who put this together. Now I also have this sheet linked down below in the description for you guys as well, so you can take a look at it thoroughly for yourself, because if we went through every 183 or 182 characters that are in the game, it would literally take us forever to look at all the different stat values of these characters. So we'll probably take a look at 10 to like 15 to be honest, but starting it off with Analyza, who is actually the highest stat value character in the game. It's because he's the giant, and all giants have crazy defense compared to normal characters, and he also has a decent attack value for any character in the game, and especially giants. He has the highest attack value for all giants in the game, and then he may have the highest ki blast value in the game at the same time. So he has a 534 attack, 983 defense, 515 ki blast, 4 health bars, and in total he has a 2162 stat value. Now Broly from Super in his full power form is second. He has a 1427 attack slash melee value, 83 defense, which is a very glass cannon type of character. Now also keep in mind though, you know, Analyza was the first character we looked at in terms of defense. He has 983, but most characters, if you see, have like, you know, 200, 100, like they're in the 100s to 200s in terms of value when it comes to their defense, because they're not giants. It's only the giants that have the crazy high, you know, defensive stats, like Willow at 897, Janemba 983. So again, just keep that in mind. It's very low in terms of a defensive stat, but not insanely, you know, not the big difference that it is from like 983 to 83. Now moving on though, we got Gogeta from Super Saiyan 4, 1381 attack value, 128 defense, 446 ki blast with 4 health bars. So again, kind of glass cannon, I mean still very glass cannon without a doubt, but at the same time does have a little bit higher of a defensive value while giving up some attack in comparison to Broly from Super. Now grade 8 baby, he has a 420 attack value, 1032 defense value, 492 ki blast value, along with 4 health bars. Again, a giant that has a decent attack value is always going to be up here in terms of the stats, just because they have such insane defense. Like you'll see, the other giants do not have very high attacks. Like Lord Slug has a 310, Janemba 199, Grade 8 Vegeta 199, Hirudegan 147, Dr. Wheeler only has 89. So it's just their defensive values that really put them towards the top of this list right here. Now moving on, we got Broly, Z Broly for legendary Super Saiyan form, 1355 attack value, 83 defense, just like Super Broly, 421 ki blast value along with 4 health bars. So he is slightly worse in terms of his stats compared to Super Broly. He has a lower attack, same defense, and a 1 point higher ki blast stat than Super Broly does as well, with the same amount of health. Now Beerus and Whis are literally the exact same character. They both have the exact same stats across the board: 983 attack, 374 defense, 437 ki blast, with a 4 health bar value and a total value of 2002. Literally the exact same character in terms of stats across the whole board. Now Goku Ultra Instinct has a 1220 attack value, a 78 defensive value, which may very well be like one of the lowest in the game. I believe there's only a couple of characters who have like a 0 defensive value, which is very odd. but he has one of the lowest defensive values in the game. Ki Blast value of 390 with 4 health bars. KO Super Saiyan Berserk 1175 attack with an 83 defense, just like both of the Broly's do. I'm guessing they're just keeping that the same because they're all, you know, kind of in like the same sense. And the 390 Ki Blast value, she does cost less than both of the Broly's by 2 points, which makes sense because their attack value is definitely lower than both of theirs, just from a stat perspective. Now, moving on, we got Fusamasu. Calf Corrupted, 1052 attack value, 203 defensive value, 343 Ki Blast with 4 health bars. So you guys should have an idea now of like what you're essentially looking at with these characters and their values. A lot of characters actually surprisingly have 0 defensive values, which is very interesting. Like, that is actually very surprising. I thought characters like, you know, a Goku, Ultra Instinct Goku would have some of the lower defensive values because he's meant to be like a glass cannon type of character. But when you look at the defensive values of these characters down here, like Goku GT, Super Saiyan 4 GT Goku, a 0 defensive value. That's kind of crazy. Did not expect that, to be honest. Golden Frieza has only a 52 defensive value. So like, you get an interesting insight into a lot of characters in this game through this sheet right here. I definitely recommend that people do check it out. It definitely shows, again, a lot of good information for a lot of characters within Sparking Zero. So definitely check this out, man. It will be linked down below in the description. Let me know your thoughts on it, though, down below in the comments. But as always, thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Until next time, hope y'all have a good one. Peace, y'all.